So good morning. So it's Monday, and this week is the most exciting week of the year because we've got our girls that are going to Vegas. So let's just use our energy and lift them up, and you guys bring all your energy back with you that we'll use all together. So excited for you all to go. And we're all going to be there in style next year with you as well. So cannot wait to see your pictures and everything, and just absorb it all in. That's all I'd say. And make sure you take your pad with you. That has got all your list of people that your guests, people that you want to speak to about the business. Make sure you've got that with you, so that you can actually, when you're on that high energy, that you can actually speak to them and send them a message, because that is when you get the best response, is when you're on that high energy and high frequency and your vibrations all go together. Anyone who listens to like Abraham Hicks, that I love, will know about that side. So if you've not, then I can give you that as well. But what we're going to talk about today is fear. Like, that is something that takes a lot out of somebody's business, isn't it? Is fear, and not just business, but about yourself as well. And something I read on here, it says, nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. And I really, really like that, because it's such a tricky subject to talk about, because people don't like to think we've got any fear. And so we say, oh, no, and we just forget about it, which is good. But what we need to do is find a way to conquer it, because what we need is to have utter belief in what we're doing, so that those fears are drowned out. So you need to have a belief in the service that we provide, in the products that we use, in the company and our mission statement, and have belief knowing that what we're doing it right and we're doing it well. Because when you have that utter belief, nothing else that anyone says to you will matter. And also in the whole sort of the universe sort of thing, if I've been reading a lot about belief and subconscious and all that sort of thing, and if you completely believe in what you're doing, then you'll have all the positivity coming to you anyway. It's when those fear sets in and that doubt sets in, and that's when you start getting hit with hurdles, because it's testing you, and your chimp is testing you and thinking, right, are you strong enough to get over this? Are you strong enough to get around this? Do you know how to react to this? And I think I've been hit with a lot of them this year so far. And like, for instance, fracturing my knee, that's a very big thing to happen to me and anyone else as well, in the way that normally I'm so independent, go out there working, I'm constantly working, as in busy with the children, with the house, with Arbonne, and you never really sort of take time to sit back and analyse what you're doing, reflect on what you're doing, and really, really take thoughts on your beliefs and what you do think about daily. So it's so important what we say to ourselves, what we say to other people, because that all compounds. Like, if you think, oh, it doesn't matter that I've just said this one little thing to someone that, oh yeah, I'm not really good enough to do that. But actually, the more and more you say things like that, compounded over time, you'll start believing that you're not good enough to do that, or whatever. Even if it's just this tiny little thing. So just be aware of what you're saying and how you're saying it, what you're thinking as well, because that is just so as crucial as what you say out loud. And be careful of what conversations you get involved in. Think about that training that we had about positive speaking, the way you speak and what you say. As soon as the negativity comes in, like, for instance, when you answer the phone to somebody and they say, how are you? You say, not too bad. I think Sam was saying about the other day, not and bad are two negatives in a sentence. So that's starting off the wrong way. And actually, you're not even thinking like that. So just be aware of what you're saying. So be aware of what you're doing. And there's no way to fake belief. If you don't believe in what you're doing, you simply cannot be successful. So work on your belief in yourself, work on your belief in the business, and work on your belief in the industry. They are the three things that we always have to make sure we have absolute 100% belief in. So, you know, saying on here, we've all met with people that didn't ring true. So business people, you know, like the car salesperson that sells maybe a Honda car but actually drives a Toyota. And it's similar with you guys, with us. So like if you're selling Arbonne products, you're not going to be wanting to get out of your bag a lip cell or something like that from some other company. So it's just being really ringing true, really, and being authentic, which we all are. We all are. So belief is like your life purpose. It's one of those pass or fail things. You either have it or you don't. And the most important thing of all is you believe in, what do you believe in? Yourself. Belle's been saying, I believe in myself. Is that you believe in yourself. So really, really work on that and start to love who you are as a person, because if you believe in your values and your unique talents, if you have, you know, you have special gifts, dreams, purposes, goals, aspirations that we all have, you've got to believe that what you're doing is making a difference, and then you'll feel good. And then all these, you'll just have more belief in what you're doing, more belief in yourself, and you'll feel good. And if we don't believe in ourselves, then who is? So if you're not thinking to yourself that you believe in what you're doing, you believe in what you are, then nobody else is going to. So why should someone else believe in you if you don't? I mean, the lucky thing about Arbonne is we do, like, you have people telling you, I believe that you can do it. I believe that you can do it. And I absolutely do believe that every single one of you can do it. And that's just because I've been through what you're going through and still am. But I still absolutely 100% believe that we are going to be nationalised presidents. Because why not? There's no point. And there was that thing the other day I was saying about the paint. Like if you have, if your belief is white and your doubt is black, then and you have two pots, so you have 2 pots of paint, black and white. It takes so much more of the white paint to put into black to make it grey than it does the opposite way round. So if you are feeling like you're 100% have belief in a tiny bit of doubt, so a tiny bit of black paint in you can tarnish that grey. So, but if you have loads of doubt in you, it takes so much more belief to put back into you to actually take that to grey. Do you see what I mean? So really, really be conscious of what you're thinking and how you're thinking. So the one thing that people are fearful of is sales, isn't it? It's the word sales. So, and what are the types of things that you say when people say a successful business is selling is key, and it's also belief. So you need to believe that you are good at sales. But what happens is most people have a habit, and you know that people when they're speaking to you have a habit of saying or thinking, I can't sell, I don't sell, I don't like to be sold to, I won't sell. And I think we're quite guilty of that in our business, aren't we? Of saying, you know, it's not about selling, not about selling. But what that is, it's taking people's fear away because they've got that fear of selling. But actually in life, when you think about it, we all sell every single day, don't we? Like, if I said to you now, okay, tell me why you don't like selling. Okay, let's see if anyone is actually willing to do that. Hang on, I can't see who. Is anyone awake enough to say it? Give me like a little thing of why you don't like selling. No. Well, I'll say it myself. So most people will sit there and say, right, I don't like selling because this, because that, because this, because that. And actually you can sit there for like 5 minutes and hear somebody, oh, here you go, Amanda's going to do it. Amanda, hang on. Let me spotlight you.
What did you want me to say? Sorry. Oh my God, that's...
So I'm just testing your listening. I'm only joking.
I couldn't get my phone off thing.
I'm only joking. So selling, because you're somebody who said that to me actually. I don't like selling. So tell me now why you don't like selling. What is it that you don't like about it?
Ooh, whole stomach's going. Because you feel like you're putting pressure on the other person to do something that they might not want to do. I think you don't want to come across as pushy, and if it's someone that you know, which it probably is, if you're talking to them about the business, you don't want them to not like you anymore. It's all daft, isn't it? It's really daft.
Yeah. So what you're saying there, it does ring true to lots of people. So like I could sit there, you could be sort of telling me these things, and I could sit there thinking, yeah, that's so true, that's so true. But actually what you're doing is selling to me the fact that you don't like selling.
Yeah.
By giving those words, do you know what I mean? So all the time we're selling whatever. So you're selling to me now why you don't like selling. So if I was saying to you, right, go in that role now, you're going to be a salesperson, you're going to tell me all the reasons why you don't like selling and sell me the reason why you don't like selling. I was like, oh my God, that's so true. And it makes you, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, shall I do the opposite and say why I do like selling?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll tell you why I do like selling now.
Go on then.
Because selling is getting the right product in front of the right person, which makes them happier and makes an improvement in their life in some way.
Brilliant. That was good off the cuff. Belle's laughing. Oh, brilliant. Thank you, man. That's so good. I knew I could rely on you to chip in. I was like, can I see Amanda's face? So that just shows, doesn't it, that everything is selling. And actually, if we keep saying, or if anyone you speak, anyone new comes into, if you keep saying, I don't believe I can sell, I don't believe in myself, I don't believe that I'm any good at selling, then that is actually what's going to happen. You're not going to be good at selling, because why would it be the other way around? Why would it be that you would suddenly miraculously be really good at selling when you've been telling yourself, I'm no good at selling, I can't sell, I don't believe in myself? So it's just about changing that fear. And it is a fear, isn't it? It's that fear of the unknown, of what people are going to think of you if you do try and tell them about something. But when you're going to watch a film, you want somebody to come and watch that specific film with you. So you'll say, oh, come on watch this film, it's so good. I've heard this happens, I've heard this happens. We sell to our children every day, when you think about it. Go and clean up your bedroom, because if you do that, then this will happen, or whatever. So we're always selling. Go on then, go and clean your room. You're always doing that. So I guess it's just taking that fear away. Because if we can sell the business, if we can sell our success, we are selling a belief. So we're literally selling our belief in the business, aren't we? So if you've got 100% belief in what you're doing, then you can sell it much more easily. So the enemy of belief, or the empowering belief, is fear, and it's what stops us and hurts us and stops us pursuing our goals. So any fear is what each of us must learn to conquer. So if you have a fear of speaking to someone about the business, if you have a fear of standing up and speaking about the business, if you have a fear of anything, then it's something that you need to conquer, so that you can have that belief, because it is an opposite. It's sort of the enemy of your belief. So you've got to decide how much you want that empowering belief. What is it that you want? Do you want to conquer that fear, or do you want to increase that belief? Or no, stop it, girls. Or do you want to keep that fear in you? So something that I liked here was this guy was saying how he's got a fear of, it's good to have fears, because otherwise you're going to walk in the middle of the road when there's a busy road. And it's fears of power tools and things like that can harm you, fears of war and So it's good to have that, because it protects you. But another fear that he's got is that with the waste of our planet's resources, and he's going to regret the behaviour of generations to come. I consider that an empowering fear. So he leads it by saying that he always makes sure he recycles, he uses durable things, and he buys from green companies and people who have made commitments to be cleaner, healthier, and more respectful to the world. And And that is something that, you know, we're so proud of in Arbonne. You know, when you think we're a green company, we do respect the world, we have a commitment to be cleaner, safer, purer. And so there's going to be people out there in that exact same position, and we just need to know that that's our belief, that we are actually helping future generations by promoting this company, because they're all about being green. So it's another way of thinking about it, really, isn't it? That we are empowering our company by promoting it to promote the more green in the world, and recite, you know, all about that, which I haven't really thought about myself properly before. So in most situations, other than crossing the road when there's a busy road or whatever, choosing fear rather than empowering beliefs means choosing a life of unfulfilled goals and aspirations. So the choice is true enemy of success. So if you have that fear and you decide to stick with that fear rather than pushing yourself out your comfort zone and doing it, then you're not going to achieve your goals, basically. So it's saying you're choosing a life of unfulfilled goals. So wherever you come to that point where you think, I'm either going to go that way or just get past the fear and do it anyway, then just think to yourself, you're going in the right direction. If you're going this way, then you're going to the unfulfilled goals life. Do you want that? So yeah, just take a step back. When you ever get that fear and you think, am I going to do it? Am I going to do it? I can't do it. Just think to yourself, okay, so what life do I want? Do I want to be a successful? Do I want to have that belief? Do I want to be achieving things? Or do I want to have that unfulfilled goal? So just have a little think. And it is that 5-second rule thing. I was just saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it. Ask, you know, whatever it is, and just getting past that. There was just one more thing I want to say, and I won't leave you on this because it is quite a bit of a, but go on from it. So there was a man convicted of treason and sentenced to death by firing squad. Okay, as the drums rolled, the man's face faced the executioners. The commanding general announced, "Sir, you have a choice. You can accept your fate and die before this firing squad, or you can go back through that black door over there." So this was fear of unknown. He didn't know what was through the black door, or he could be shot. So these were the choices. So he could go through the black door, the fear of the unknown, or he could be shot. So 2 hours later, the man returned to the prison yard in front of the firing squad, his hands bound, blindfolded his eyes, and the general asked him, "What have you chosen?" The man replied, "I have no idea what might face me behind that black door. It could be the most terrible fate. No, I choose the firing squad." The order was given, shots rang out, the man fell to the ground dead. As they were leaving the prison, someone turned to the general and asked, "Sir, what was behind that door?" And the general, without expression, replied, "Freedom." And when I read that, I was like, oh my God, you know, how could someone do that? But that's so true, isn't it? It's the fear of unknown. So a lot of us in this business have come into this business, and we don't really know what we're going to achieve with this. So having that fear of the unknown, lots of people will be disabled by that, and they won't or paralyzed by that, and they won't actually take that plunge to be successful, or to actually even start and actually get in. So you have to be proud of yourself for doing that and getting past that first stage of initially just saying, "Do you know what, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to do it anyway." So just like be proud of that. And then your next step is, okay, so I don't know how I'm going to get to National Vice President, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to have that belief. So have that uttermost belief in yourself that you are going to do it no matter what anyone says. You know, you're going to come across hurdles, you're going to come across negativity, you're going to come across the fear of the unknown as you're going along. But don't be that person that decides they're going to have the firing squad rather than going through that black door to freedom. And that is what it is, isn't it? It is literally the road to our freedom, because we're going to have so much freedom with this rather than being in that daily 9-to-5 grind. So I won't carry on. There's so much more I wanted to tell you, but Basically, it's all about belief in ourselves, but discipline as well. And lots of people think that discipline means that you have to, it's sort of like a punishment, like a discipline. You have to do something that's a bit of a punishment. But actually, discipline comes from disciple. And disciple means follower and a learner, which is what we do, don't we? And so self-discipline comes from learning about and following one's own belief. So just be disciplined, following your belief, and don't let anyone else's belief get in the way of that. And you know, as long as you have that uttermost belief, that self-discipline, that integrity of doing what you say you're going to do, then you will absolutely get there. So just increase that belief every single day. Keep your integrity, keep your discipline, and get to Nash Vice President, because with all of those skills and action, you will absolutely 100% be a National Vice President. So just believe that. Believe it. What's the point in not believing it? It's so much more fun. So have an amazing day, have an amazing Monday, and go out there and share the Arbonne story, because you do not know whose life you're going to change today. So have a brilliant one. Love you all. Bye.